lovelies, how are you all doing today? Welcome to this August 2021 Pick a Card Tarot reading. I have 3 piles, each with a crystal on, and they represent different questions you might have. So if you want a love reading for August 2021, pick pile 1, which is the Light Seers Tarot Deck with rose quartz on it. If you want a more general reading, pick the second pile, which is the Sharman-Caselli Deck with an Agate slice on it. If you want a career, finances, life path reading, pick pile 3, which is the original Rider Waite Tarot Deck with a Citrine point on it. Once you've picked your pile, check out the timestamps below and I will see you there. Hello my lovely pile 1, how are you doing? Thank you for choosing the love reading for August 2021. Even if you maybe aren't asking a question specifically about love, but were drawn to the rose quartz, I'm hoping that we can get some lovely messages and insights for you on how August is going to pan out. Now I've already pulled and shuffled your cards. I haven't looked at them yet, but I will go straight into pulling them for you. Okay, so your first 3 cards, you've got the Queen of Swords, the 9 of Swords, and the Hierophant, and the Queen of Swords is in reversed. This is kind of giving me a message of August is going to be a month of learning about love for you. I think maybe you've been a bit worried about it or paralysed by it. That 9 of Swords in the middle there kind of really gives the impression of this sort of really taking over your life, which is maybe why you're seeking out love, answers to love on YouTube. And the Queen of Swords reverse. So the Queen of Swords is usually a very, very rational, hyper-intellectual woman. I say woman just because it's queen represented on swords, but it isn't gendered. But she's very, very fierce and speedy and quick, but she can be a little bit harsh in the upright position. And reverse, this either means to me that you have no clarity at all and you don't embody any of those characteristics in the month of August, that maybe you're a little bit floundering, you can't think straight, you're being quite slow, you're not making decisions, or you are being far too cutthroat and harsh. And next to the 9 of Swords, I think maybe you're being, in August, you might be being a bit hard on yourself about love. So I think there's definitely a lot of learning from this month coming up that's going to happen for you. But I wonder if you're just being very cruel to yourself. And some things might happen, or it's just a kind of an energy that's been with you at the moment, that you're being quite mean to yourself. But the Hierophant there says that August is a month of learning to overcome this. And there's a really, really strong message of joy from the Hierophant this time. I don't normally get that energy with the Hierophant, but I'm really getting like light at the end of the tunnel, learning about yourself, so you can be more, embody this Queen of Swords energy a little bit more or a little bit less, depending on how that resonates. I also am getting such a strong message from those flags on the Queen of Swords, and I know it's the Olympics at the moment, so that's popping into my head. But I just get this feeling of maybe you feel a bit uprooted with your home life, and your love life is related to that a little bit. Like those flags are just telling me that you're feeling uprooted, like you don't quite have a home. It's a bit of a strange message for a love reading, but I wonder if you might have recently gone through a breakup, which is why you're being quite hard on yourself. Maybe you're thinking about what you did wrong. But actually August is actually quite a transformational month for you. Now you might have someone come in and give you some advice or help you with this. The Hierophant usually refers to kind of formal education and formal learning, but for you, I'm not getting that. I'm getting that this is a very much an inner self evolution, as it were. You're kind of you're transitioning to the next phase of kind of evolution, I want to say. You really are. This could be a real transformative month for you in August, love-wise. Maybe because you're addressing all of these worries and these fears, and you're trying to be a bit more intellectual rather than just how can I explain this? I just feel like there's like a whirlpool in my stomach right now. I feel like there is this swirling of thoughts, of worries, but it's like gut feeling. So I know when love hurts or something doesn't go quite right, it really can like uproot you. And I'm feeling this sort of real sense of like sacral chakra uprooting. And it feels like a whirlpool inside me. And I wonder if actually this is quite a good month for love and learning, because you're actually maybe going to submit to the whirlpool a bit. You're going to explore what's actually going on there in your gut. Why are you feeling so rooted and so unsteady? And you're really going to learn a lot more about yourself and yourself in love. Now, this could be a breakup, but it could just be a really rough time with your partner as well. This isn't single or coupled. But that Hierophant is so immensely positive and pink, and I feel like at the end of August, you're going to have a real sort of, just look at the joy on his face. Like, he's overjoyed at having reached some sort of stage of enlightenment. And I think that's really going to happen for you in August, which is really, really positive. Okay, what I'm going to do is pull some clarifiers on these and place them on the cards. But then I also have a general energy for the month of August. So let's have a look at those. Okay, yeah. We've got the Knight of Cups on the reverse Queen of Swords. We've got the 8 of Cups on the 9 of Swords, and we've got the 6 of Pentacles on the Hierophant. Now, the Knight of Cups is like the knight in shining armour coming to rescue you. So it could be read one of two ways. Maybe you are being far too rational and intellectual. You're a bit disconnected from your love and your heart. And the Knight of Cups, I feel like, is a person that might be coming in August to kind of, not necessarily your knight in shining armour of love, like your dream person. It could be, it's quite a strong message, but it's just somebody who's going to kind of get you out of your head. And equally with the 8 of Cups on the 9 of Swords, there's very much, you're so in your head and these worries, and it's really affecting your stomach if you've got stomach issues. But this Knight of Cups is coming with warmth and joy and love to kind of give you a big hug. There is someone coming for you in August. Now, it could be a love match, it could be a friend, it could be someone supportive, but they are going to be like a catalyst for your reawakening of love and bringing you down into your heart. And I'm doing this with my hand, like I'm pulling the energy down from my head to my heart in August. And this really links to the 8 of Cups as well. I think you need to walk away or move on from these feelings and the thoughts and the worries that have been going on for you, and you're going to do that in August. And this person is really going to help you learn about yourself, and also you're going to stop taking things so seriously. I think when it comes to love, you are going to kind of lighten up a little bit. And then the 6 of Pentacles on the Hierophant is just so wonderful. So you're going to, and it feels like a really rapid shift in August, that you're just going to go from feeling like you're kind of alone and you're empty and you don't have anything. And then you're suddenly going to reach this almost overnight, like kind of awakening of understanding and moving on from the worries about love that you have. And it could be because of this new person. It could be that they're a love interest for you. But then you're suddenly going to be able to give to others. In a kind of material way, you're going to have healed to such an extent that not only are you able to reach enlightenment like the Hierophant, but you're going to have enough, I always call my energy beans, like you're going to have enough beans inside you to give to others. And that's just such a beautiful message. And I know that it feels like these sort of difficulties are in the past. And I'm telling you now that August, in terms of love, you've got someone new coming in who is going to help you walk away. And if you look at the 8 of Cups, they're walking towards this beautiful sunset or sunrise. I see it as sunrise, actually. The sun is rising for a kind of new you, a new start, a new fresh start when it comes to love, which is lovely. And I think the message from the 6 of Pentacles as well is, don't be afraid to give to others, even when you don't feel like you're empty and you have nothing. Sometimes it can be the giving to others that helps us reach this enlightenment. So this could be like giving to charity, or just giving your time to help someone at work, or something completely unrelated to love. But just that act of giving can really rebalance you and get you out of your own worries. I'm going to have a look at the overall energy for August now for you. Okay, you have the Knight of Wands. Hooray! I love the Knight of Wands, especially in this Light Seers Tarot Deck. It's just so beautiful, the imagery on this card. Basically, August is kind of going to be a bit of a party, a bit of a sort of release. I feel like this real sense of like getting your fire back. So if you look at the colours on these cards, there's a lot of, especially sort of the Queen of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. There's a lot of blue, there's a lot of kind of sadness. The colours are quite muted, and really then the Six of Pentacles and the Hierophant start the sort of bright colours, but the Knight of Wands is like fire, energy, enthusiasm. You're just going to get your sparkle back. And I think this could be this new love. I think it is a new love for some of you. This Knight of Cups is really going to light you on fire again, and it could be a very passionate relationship. It may not be a long-term thing. I'm getting a little that it might be a bit more casual, but they're going to remind you of just how sexy and gorgeous you are, and you're going to be able to give. Maybe it's actually about giving yourself, giving your love, maybe even physically giving yourself to someone, which you haven't done for a while because you've been so up in your head. But August, especially the end of August, is going to be great. I think this person is going to come in the beginning of August, and then it's going to take a while for them to kind of break down your barriers, as it were, and help you heal. And then by the end of August, you're just going to have this explosion of love and fire and passion. It's really wonderful, this reading. I'm really excited for you for August. I've also got some oracle cards here as well. I have the Sacred Destiny Oracle, which I will pull for you now. Oh, look at that. So the first card I pulled was Stillness, and the beauty, that's so beautiful, that card, the imagery on that card of this swan of just peace. And it's such a reassuring energy of just, you are finally going to break free of these thoughts. You see the crows still there on the top of the Nine of Wands. You're going to break free of this kind of bombardment of these thoughts and this kind of sorrow, and you are going to feel still. And I think it's going to feel a bit weird for you because you're used to kind of being really hard on yourself. You've got all these thoughts, and you are going to reach this place of peace. And it's kind of, I just get this feeling of like, whoa, is this what it's like to feel calm? Is this what it's like? Or maybe this has been your whole life, worrying about love and whether you're going to find someone, whether you're like, I just feel, I'm not going to say them because it's horrible, but there's all of these messages. I think I'm channeling like all of these things that people are telling themselves about being unattractive and unsexy and no one loves you and doing all these things wrong, and it's just really busy. But you're going to reach a period of stillness where you really do sort of break free quite suddenly, and it might be quite jarring when it comes to love. And it really is about this Knight of Cups, and the fact you've got a standstill on the Knight of Cups. This person is going to blow you away, and I think I wasn't too sure if they were a love interest to start with, but they absolutely are from this. But they're going to literally stop you in your tracks, and just be wary of people who are doing that to you, because they're going to help you completely shift your thought patterns around love. You're going to stop hating yourself so much. I hate saying that, but there's a real sense of someone really dislikes themselves who's watching this. It could be a lot of people, and I know we can all get there sometimes, can't we? But this standstill is going to go boom. Oh my God, this person is unreal. And then they're going to help you move away from your thoughts and get to this still place, and you're going to be really unnerved by like, oh wow, this person is special. And I don't know if this is long term. It's only a month. We're only reading August, so it might be someone who you're with forever, it might not, but just embrace the stillness, embrace the fun of this relationship. And then you've got success on the Hierophant and the Pentacles. I think they're telling you to give away some of your love. They're telling you to give to learn about yourself, and you're going to achieve so much success. Now this could be a successful relationship. It could be that this person is somebody who you might be with for a long time, but I think the success is mainly talking about your inner journey and reaching that enlightenment. It's just so lovely, this reading. I'm really, really happy for you guys that you're going to have this experience in August. I have some final cards, and these are the crystal, I love these, the crystal, daily crystal oracle deck, and I will have a look at these now. Isn't that funny? We've got Lapis Lazuli, make a decision. Yes, so remember at the beginning when I talked about the Queen of Swords, I was like, you're either being too cutthroat and decisive, or you're not at all. I think the answer is you're not at all. You're not doing anything. You're completely paralyzed. And I think there is this make a decision coming through, because you're going to have to act on new love coming in. You are going to have to, it's not something that someone's just going to, so say if you're, I got this really strong message of somebody just doing nothing, not leaving the house, crying in their bed, being really like down on themselves. You're not going to meet anyone, and I am a real victim of this. You're not going to meet anyone from your bed. They're not just going to stroll into your bedroom and go, marry me, I am in love with you. It doesn't work like that, and sometimes it's really hard to kind of get ourselves out of these thoughts and this pattern. But I think you need to make a decision. I think it's more telling you to act. I think this is about acting on maybe you just need to get out there. Maybe you need to meet loads of people. I mean, love is an odds game, right? So I remember having to deal with this myself, that actually the more people you meet, the more people you are likely to be right for you. That's just a numbers game. But also you start to learn, the more you're out there, the more you experience and you date and you have relationships with people, the more you understand what you want, what you don't want, but also who you are in a relationship, and you know who's compatible for you. So the more you learn about yourself in terms of love, the better, because you can then spot the sparkly person who is really perfect for you, and you're not going to find them from your bed. Unfortunately, I wish it was the case that they just came in and were perfect for us. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. And then, exactly, Rainbow Obsidian, Heal Your Heart on the Six of Swords. All these thoughts are about heartbreak and previous love, my darlings. Big hugs. It's just, heartbreak's the worst. Like, I don't think you ever truly get over it. I think you just move on. So you get to a place of stillness where you're not thinking about it constantly. And I think this message of healing your heart, you're going to heal your heart by being still, by these thoughts stopping, but also by getting out there a bit more, by putting yourself out there in a safe way and within your boundaries. So if you really are sort of grieving a relationship and you're really hurt, don't go straight into dating loads of people, because rejection is a sort of horrible but necessary part of finding love, and you need to be in a place where your heart's healed before you can deal with the rejection that will always come for all of us. Even the people who you think are the most perfect, wonderful people in the whole world, they will still experience rejection. Nobody fancies everyone. Nobody will be in love with the same people. It's just the nature of love. So within this stillness, take the time to heal your heart, as well as kind of making your life a bit more fit for sort of meeting as many people as possible. I think that's a really strong message. Obviously safely, because we are still, definitely in the UK, we're still struggling with COVID. So as much as you can, maybe it's going on a dating app or doing something digitally. That works as well. And then you've got Citrine, Bring in the Light. Yes, it links so well to that Hierophant card, doesn't it? Like, once you've experienced this stillness, you're healed, and you've kind of started acting on things and opening yourself up to love, the light is going to come in. And I don't think you have to do anything for this to happen. If you heal your heart and if you put yourself out there in August, the light's going to come in at the end of August, and this person is going to be a really good messenger. And I just realised you've got two knights here, so that's either two different people or two different energies within the same person. So it could be this knight in shining armour is just somebody who's really freaking fun. Like, we love fun people, and they really can help you lift yourself out of heart hurts as well. So have some fun in August. Keep an eye out for that Knight of Cups, but also try and do that inner work and find some stillness. They're going to help you get to that place, but it is going to take some sort of action on your part, and put yourself out there if you can. And then bring in the light at the end of August. Really, really happy for you guys. Thank you so much. If you've enjoyed this reading, I would really appreciate all your comments. I love to know how they resonate. Also, I'd really love it if you could subscribe. I will do a monthly reading like this, and then I also will do a weekly reading on another topic, and a lot of those will be love related in the coming months, so look out for those as well. Hope you have a really, really wonderful day, my loves. Goodbye. Hello lovely pile 2, welcome to this general reading for August 2021. Thank you for picking this deck, because it looks so boring. Just the back of it is just completely pink, but it's actually one of my favourite tarot decks. It was the second deck I ever got, and the pictures and the imagery I just adore. So I really connect with this one for general readings for you. I've pulled these cards already, and I've got some cards to look about the beginning, the middle, and the end of each month, and then we've got some oracle cards as well to help guide you. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at the tarot cards for you. Oh, look at all those swords. You've got a busy month. There's a lot of energy in this month. It's not a rushing around all in your head, sort of not very grounded. It's a very grounded, fast month for you. You feel like August might be quite busy, but it might be busy in terms of your own mind. I feel like you're going to be quite thoughtful in August, and yeah, I get the feeling that some of you who I'm reading this for have got children, and if they're off school in August, that I think that might be where the kind of frantic feeling comes from. So you're grounded because you're exhausted, but you're having a very busy month. Anyway, that's a message for someone out there. So you've got the Two of Swords with the Knight of Swords in reverse, and then the Five of Swords in reverse. So the immediate impression I get is that there's all this sort of speed, but it's all contained completely in your head. It's not at real world speed. It's almost like there's a lot you want to do and you want to get done, but you can't in August, which makes sense because especially in the UK, like everyone goes on holiday in August, and it's very frustrating because you can't get stuff done because nobody's answering their emails and no one's around. So it's just a slower month. But I feel like there's some sort of dilemma. There's a dilemma in August coming, and nothing's going to happen about it, but you feel, I maybe feel like you've lost something, you've lost out, there could be a little bit of envy of someone else's success. So the Five of Swords normally upright is you succeeding, but kind of at the expense of others. So I feel like someone might have succeeded at the expense of you. But there's definitely a feeling of you've got some sort of dilemma and choice, and it's making you in August like stop and have to think and maybe address some of your issues with jealousy and envy. That's a deep energy. Really interesting. I'm getting a message about horses. Like somebody who is watching this has horses, and I think that might be a bit of a sanctuary for you in August. Hey, try out horse riding if you haven't, if that resonates. I'm going to go straight into the other cards because this is really confusing for me at the moment, so I'll just get those out for you. Right, this makes much more sense now. So the decision and dilemma is something to do with temptation. It's something to do with, it could be, are you cheating on your partner? There's that coming through. That will not resonate, but it's definitely potential for that to happen. But there's also this decision. It's kind of what I was saying about this energy of not being able to get anything done. Like it's this feeling of being bounded and constrained and not being able to do anything and feeling powerless, really. And then you've got the Seven of Swords reversed on the Five of Swords. So what I was saying about envy and jealousy, somebody may have stolen an idea of you. You feel like it should be you that's getting this sort of success in August. So just be wary of that energy. Just be a bit careful because it can be a bit toxic when we are fixated on what someone else has and your lack. And there's definitely a feeling of like you might fixate. Something might happen in August and it might really challenge you to not sort of be jealous and envious and just be happy. But the good news is that Queen of Wands is dead center. She is you, and you are going to, around all of this kind of, it's quite challenging in August, around all of this sort of challenge, you are going to be on your throne, this elegant, beautiful, self-assured, calm, kind woman who is fierce and passionate, but can be empathetic as well. So although I feel like all of these swords cards and the devil are things that are going on in your own head, but you're going to project this beautiful level of sort of peace and assurance and fun. You're going to be able to embody that as these things are going on around you. It feels like all this stuff's going to go on around you, and it might just breeze through it. There's this real sense of like, there's actually quite a lot of challenge that might happen in August, but you're just not going to care because you just got such a strong place of like, of who you are. You know who you are. You know your strengths. You know how awesome you are. I don't know if you can hear, but there's a siren, which means Archangel Michael is protecting you. So maybe that's why. If you hear sirens, by the way, that is an Archangel Michael sign, so check him out if you haven't, if you don't know much about archangels. But yeah, there's this really lovely like chaos around you, sort of situations where maybe you previously would have reacted differently. You would have found envy and jealousy, and you would have been tempted, and you would have felt constrained, but actually you're just going with the flow of life. It's a really, wow. I mean, like, it could be that August teaches you how to do this. It could be that these challenges really help you overcome this, but I'm really envious because I am terrible at this, like just letting stuff go. I can't, so the fact that you're able to do that is a sign of somebody who's really like self-actualized, and what I mean by that is somebody who understands themselves, is at peace with who they are, but then can also give fun and fire out to the world. So you're not just sat being happy with who you are, you're actually involved in life, you're involved in other people's lives, and you're helping them. So maybe you are this advisor. Yeah, this could be it. Someone else could be going through all this stuff. Get this message that you're the Queen of Wands, so you might actually have to be a really good friend during August. So because you've probably been through this before, it could be that's what the reversals mean, that you've done all of this, you've gone through it, so you can actually really help someone else. It's just such a lovely energy you've got. And also sunflowers are definitely around here coming out in August, so check out for sunflowers. I feel like I really want to tell you that they're a sign from Spirit and the universe that you are embodying this really, really lovely place in your life. Congratulations. Okay, so your final card, which is the overall energy. Oh, hell yes. You've got the Four of Wands. Yay! So the Four of Wands is like, you've won. You are celebrating, you've succeeded, exactly what I said before, that you've probably been through this all before. And I wonder if you're going to observe someone else going through it, and it's going to make you realise just how far you've come, and you're going to get this lovely sense of peace, of like, wow, I've really moved on from this sort of challenging time I had in the past. Yes, August might feel a little bit slow, and yes, it's challenging. So this is the thing, like, you have this Queen of Wands within you, but it is difficult sometimes when we are triggered by things that relate to our lives. But that this reading is telling you in August, you are going to win, you're going to succeed, and you're going to have this really lovely feeling of just being at peace. And it's a lovely fit. So the Four of Wands is like a kind of celebration. It's like, it is winning, but you're on your own. And it feels like a sort of real, I don't know if anybody else will notice or sort of reward you, but you won't want it. And that's just the loveliest thing, that you're going to go through this really lovely transformation in August. Not a big transformation, but you're going to notice, oh wow, I've come so far from the person that I used to be. Oh, that's nice. I'm going to pull oracle cards as well. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck. Let's see what those have to say. Well, this is super lovely. Exactly as I was saying. So this, whatever this dilemma is, this temptation that this other person's going through, or maybe you'll have a bit of a temptation or a dilemma of whether you let something get to you or you get involved in this person's problems. But whatever decision you make, and usually it's this Queen of Wands, just remember this Queen of Wands in the month of August, and that's you, and it's going to be a gateway to sort of a real period of relaxation, and you're really going to notice how you've moved on. I love the gateway card. It's just so magical, and it's sort of that sense of like, you probably never could believe that you could sort of be as grown up as you are going to be in August, but you really are, and it's a gateway to this really wonderful period of relaxing. And the relaxation on the Queen of Wands is exactly what I was saying. Like, all of this stuff is going to happen around you, and you're just not going to be bothered about it. Like, you're going to take some time out in August. I get the feeling you might go on holiday, or at least you're going to experience some sort of break from work and the monotony of life. And I think the most powerful card of all of these four is the purity card, on top of the kind of winning at the expense of others and stealing and cheating and getting away with something, that you are going to so rise above all this BS. Like, you really are. I feel like I can sense sort of someone going, oh, I'm too old for this. It feels like somebody might be being quite schoolyard-like and teenage, and you're going to rise above this, and you're going to be that sort of, the purity of it is beautiful, because you're not going to get involved at all, and you're not going to want to. So whilst all this stuff isn't the best to look forward to in August, but you're going to rise above it. And this is really interesting. This is why I was so confused at the beginning, I think, because those swords cards, I just knew that they weren't actually your experiences. They're something that you're going to have to help someone else with, I think. And then you've got wisdom on the Four of Wands. Exactly. You're going to be the wise old owl. You're going to be this wise sage, this wise Queen of Wands who's like, it's okay. You're going to help calm someone down and help someone else. And by doing that, you're going to really sort of have an internal win of, it's just this is such a lovely energy. You're such a lovely person. I just want to say that I'm not sure I could rise above stuff like you're going to be able to in August. And this is just a really, a real confirmation that you are a really beautiful, probably an old soul. And you're gonna have a lovely August, actually. And you've got relaxation, which is a hammock. And then you've got wisdom, which is the sea. And I keep thinking of like beach holidays. So I feel like someone's going to be reading books on holiday, and then maybe all of this drama is going to happen back at home with a friend or on a phone, and you're just going to put the phone down, read your book, turn it off, and rise above this. Whatever this thing is, Oh, that's really nice. Okay, I've got 4 crystal cards for you, so I'm going to have a look at those as well. Okay, so you have Chrysocolla, start fresh, Hematite, ground yourself, Aquamarine, go with the flow, yep, and Rose Quartz, open up your heart. Exactly. So I don't think these are for you. I don't think these are instructions. It's not telling you to do any of this. I don't think August is going to be like quite a hard month. You're not going to have any difficulty rising above any of this. It's just going to come very naturally to you. But the Chrysocolla, start fresh, it's like this sort of newfound sense of accomplishment that you're going to have by rising above these dramas, and ground yourself is such a useful message, because I think it is easy to get swept up in someone's drama. And with the devil, I think you need to be really mindful, because this might happen in the beginning of August. You need to be quite mindful of not getting swept up. Ground yourself. What is your emotion and what's the other people's? It's especially if I get the feeling there's some empaths watching this, like it's very easy to feel other people's feelings. But make sure you ground yourself so you can be more detached. You can be the Queen of Wands, but you can also give people the love that they need to get through it. And then go with the flow. Yes, you need to go on holiday. There's a flow thing here. There's something about water, holidays, the sea. Yeah, if you can, go to the beach for sure and take a book. And I'm getting a kind of switch off from electrical things. So if you can take proper books, not a Kindle or not an ebook, like sort of an ebook reader, not like put your phone down, like have a real like recharge, relax and go with the flow, and don't let other people's stuff interfere with your relaxation time. And then this open up your heart is so what's going to happen is you're going to notice that you're rising above this sort of potential for envy and jealousy. And someone else maybe doesn't do the right thing or does something that's slightly not great around you, but you're just going to open up your heart to them and be pure about it and really rise above it. And you're not, your heart's just going to open. You're going to feel sorry for them. I think that this is about pity, and this is towards the end of August, and you're going to have I think August might be quite transformational for you in terms of your heart chakra, because you've got Chrysocolla, which is kind of a blue-green. You've got Aquamarine, which is blue, bluey-green. It's very green in this image, so I'm going with that. And then pink, and pink and green is very heart chakra. So I think this is about learning about your heart chakra and noticing that you've healed. It's not that you've done the healing. It's not that you've sort of got to do it. There's nothing you've got to do. But yeah, you're going to have this lovely sort of fresh insight and a fresh start coming into September, because you've experienced this and recharged. I hope this reading was helpful. It's been a really interesting one. So if this resonates, please comment and let me know, or my email address is in the description. Email me if it resonates. I love hearing if it does. Thank you so much again for watching this. I never quite know what I'm going to get with a general read, but this is a really nice one. If you have enjoyed this, please also subscribe. I'm going to do a monthly reading like this every month, and then I'm going to do weekly readings. I've got some love readings coming up, but also some readings about manifestation and finances and money. So if you're interested in those, subscribe and keep an eye out when I post them. Thank you so much. I hope you have a really lovely day. Goodbye. Hello, lovely pile 3. Welcome to your career, money, life path reading for August 2021. I'm really excited about this one. I had the cards pulled quite easily, so I think this will be quite a fun reading. I'm already getting that sort of vibe. I have already pulled the cards, but I haven't looked at them yet, so I'm going to do that for you now. So you have 3 reversals, but you have the Star, the 6 of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. So if you are into numerology, but you've got 2 6s here, so that's a kind of interesting sign. If that's one of your angel numbers, this is a sign this is the reading for you. So the overwhelming thing I get is you're moving on from something, you finished something, and I feel like it could be university. There's a course, someone's finished a course, obviously in August, and you're waiting for the results. You haven't quite finished, so you finished maybe the coursework, or you finished something you've actually finished, but you can't move on from it yet. There's a blockage, and the Star in reverse is really interesting because the Star is a really weird card. I get completely different messages from the Star, depending on the reading, and this one is saying that something to do with ignoring your intuition, ignoring your spiritual side. It makes me think this has been a very grounded thing you've had to be doing in your career, but you are going to get success, and you're going to move on from this thing, whatever it is. It could be a new job, it could be a promotion, but there's definitely an ending that's not quite there, and I feel massively frustrated. So in your career, there's definitely, you've had to be very grounded. It's not a very intuitive thing you've been doing, which makes me think education or courses or learning, it's very rational, it's very grounded. It could just be a project, but something is finished and you're desperate to move on from this, but you can't quite yet. But I think the good news is in August, you kind of are going to, or maybe I feel like it's about 3 months away, you are going to get the validation of this awesome task you've done. You're going to get your marks or whatever, and you're going to go, yay, but right now you haven't got that. And you're having to, I wonder if you're putting off, don't have any time to do any spiritual work as well, and you kind of want to. This is something's been taking over your life, and you've kind of sort of almost finished it. The good news is that when you do get your results, they're going to be great because you've got the 6 of Wands there, which is the absolute validation, amazing. It's like graduating, it's really having external people say you've done an awesome job. So that is coming for you, but just not quite yet, not in August. But it's a sign to be like, please don't. So in the 6 of Swords, can be quite negative. So the person in the boat's got their head bowed. It seems like a sorrowful moving on, but this is not what this is for you. This is a happy moving on, and hopefully you can just get a bit more rest. You can link with your intuition a little bit more once this is done, but I'm afraid to say you've got to wait a little bit longer than August. I nearly swore. I'm going to say bummer, but in English there's a swear word which sounds a lot like that, and that just immediately came into my head, like someone was thinking, sort of paused and went bummer. That just made me laugh. Yeah, this is not a negative thing you've been doing. I think you've enjoyed it quite a lot, but it's taken a lot. It's taken away from your exploring your spiritual side and your intuition as well. Yeah, I've got some more cards to clarify these, so I will pull these for you as well. Okay, these are great. So yeah, what I was saying about intuition, you're feeling like you don't know what to do next. I really think there's quite a lot of people watching this who are at the end of a degree or university or high school, secondary school exams. But there's kind of this like, you don't know what to do next. You're kind of enjoying the peace and the freedom, but you don't know what to do next. And the star is definitely telling you need to follow your intuition. Stop being rational about it. Like, get back in touch with who you really are and who you want to be. It's okay to not know. It's okay to be like, oh, there's just so many things I could do, but you can always change your mind. You're always allowed to change your mind. And the best way to kind of make decisions like this is to use your intuition and think about what you enjoy. There's a really thing about do what you love, do what you love. I've had this before in a career reading, so this might be someone who has previously watched that one, but there's definitely messages in that one. I'll link it below for anybody who has who that resonates with. But it is a real sense of and I kind of feel like somebody doesn't know what they love. Like, I know, totally get that like you need just a bit of time out to explore and do what you love. And if people are like, oh, you choose, you do what you like to do, what makes you happy? And you're like, I don't know, because I've been in school and university like the world told me I needed to. That's a real vibe I'm getting. Like, kind of, how am I supposed to know what I like when I haven't had the chance to explore things? And this is a real message of your intuition will tell you. The Star card is also the card that's after the Tower. So the Star card is a really sort of peaceful card, and that's such a strong message in August that you're going to get some clarity, but during August you're going to have to think about these decisions and think about what you want to do next, moving on from this thing, whether it's stay in your job, whether it's start this new idea. I mean, I think there is a message of, if you've had an idea which other people might scoff at and think, oh, why are you doing that? What? No, that's not you. Ignore them. It is you. I think this is all about, people might think you're just being a bit lofty and daydreaming, and you're not. Like, listen to your intuition. You're not listening to it at the moment, which is why the star's in reverse. But you need to kind of really hone in on what you're passionate about and ignore other people. People can be so judgmental, and if you don't stay within the sort of box that they put you in your head. So say like you went to medical school and you're going, I just don't know if I want to be a doctor. Like, I think I might want to go and do a PhD in something completely unrelated, or I might want to be an astronomer or a race car driver or something. People will go, what? But you're a doctor? What? That doesn't make any sense. And that can really stop us. So please don't listen to those people. Listen to your intuition. You've been listening to everybody else's voices way too much. When it comes to your career, you need to start listening to you. And a lot of this process is about looking at your options, looking at all the things that you've always wanted to do, and trying to figure out what's yours and what's other people's. A bit of a random message from this, but what is your true passion? What do you really enjoy doing versus what are the sort of expectations of society? Like the whole go to university, go to college, get a good job, like lawyer, doctor, accountant, like all of those jobs that are the sort of like stable. Dentist, somebody's a dentist and they don't want to be. Like they're telling you hugely, there's a real urgency in this actually, that you have to like step back and listen to what you want to do. And then you've got the 8 of Wands on the 6 of Wands. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry, but you're going to have to wait a bit longer for the sort of validation on your achievements. But you're really nearly there. Like, you've worked so freaking hard in this bit of your career to the sort of what's the word? To the extent to which you're actually like, it's to the detriment of yourself, your intuition and your joy. I think you've worked so hard to get this validation. Or maybe you've got this validation and it feels really freaking hollow. Like, you're just like, but I did this because everyone else wanted me to. I'm supposed to feel good and I don't. There's that coming through as well for someone. So either your validation and your success and you're moving on to a new thing is coming in September, October, and you're just finishing something now, or you finished it already, but it just doesn't feel, you've got the validation, but you don't care because it's not right. It isn't the job or career that you want to be doing. But this is amazing because you've got the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is coming in and saying, here, you're going to get some sort of opportunity and gift. It might be a person, it might be, there's just going to be something. It could even be this reading, which is like igniting something in you, which is going, no, I need to do XYZ thing. Race car driver, driving, something to do with cars is coming out really strongly, and I'm not entirely sure why. If that resonates, let me know, please. I have my email address in the description, but also comment. That would be great. But in August, especially at the end of August, I feel like 30th, 31st of August, something's happening. You're going to get some sort of gift opportunity, and it's very practical. Could be financial. It could be that you've got a paycheck coming in, and that's what you're going to use to do this new thing that you want. But the fact that you've got so many reversals and the Knight of Pentacles is coming in at the end with this gift, it's kind of a, oh, thank goodness. And also the Seven of Cups is upright as well, which makes me think this Knight of Pentacles is related to one of these like daydream, like fantasy careers, fantasy jobs, maybe you've been manifesting, maybe it's money, maybe you've been really working hard on the law of attraction and that money is coming in at the end of August for you. This is a really interesting reading, and I'm really pleased to tell you that it's not that you're going to try and follow your intuition. It's going to be difficult. You're going to get this Knight of Pentacles. It's going to guide you towards it. So you've just got to open your eyes and be really receptive to opportunities. Some things might not look like opportunities either. So I've had a few YouTube videos recommended to me, just like at the end of other videos or just randomly on my homepage. And I have clicked on some of them, and they've been really transformative in sort of guiding me towards different careers and what I might want to do. So look out for little signs like that. It could be something as small as that really sparks you. But I hope you remember, Pabby, when you towards the end of August, when these things come through and you'll be like, oh yeah, Pabby said this. I need to pay attention. So pay attention to what's coming at the end of August and what might prompt this little bit of a practical spark. Okay, so I have two more cards for you, and these are kind of the overall energy for the month. Okay, yeah, you have the Six of Pentacles, which is giving. You've got the ability to give financially to people. I think this whatever this success is, it's going to give you money, it's going to give you sort of opportunities, and you can give some of that away to people. Maybe you're just going, this isn't for me anymore, and kind of you going, but I think XYZ person would be a great replacement for me, promote them. You're definitely doing some sort of giving. Another six as well, guys. You've got sixes are heavy in this reading, so please check out sixes in numerology and angel numbers. It isn't my specialism, so I'm not going to talk about it because I only like to talk about what I know. But definitely this is a message to have a look. You also have the Empress in reverse, which is just compounding that message of you're going to have the fruits of your harvest, the fruits of your labour, but it's not yet. I'm really sorry. So something's going to come in which is going to be a gift, and you're going to be able to sort of give to others as a result of this gift, but you are just going to have to wait a little bit longer for the thing you've been doing to finish. It will finish, and you're going to do really well at it, and you've been working very hard at it, but maybe it's not what you really want to do, or you've just got to make a decision. I get the feeling that you're not going to fixate or choose something in August, but the Knight of Pentacles is going to guide you in the right direction. So don't feel under pressure at the end of August if you haven't had a clear sign. There will just be something that's pushing you towards what you're meant to do and giving you this sort of opportunity and gift. Right, I'm going to pull the Oracle cards now. I've already got them, but I haven't looked at them, and this is the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck. So let's see what they say. Well, this is really interesting. So you've got release under the Seven of Cups and the intuition. Yeah, you need to release all of these things you've been told about what you need to do and reconnect with your intuition. There's so much you need to let go of. Also, this is a really interesting card because it displays the autumn. It's autumn season, and we're coming into autumn season, so it makes me think that you're not going to make a decision and kind of connect with your intuition completely until September, October, not November, September, October. But when you get to them, you're going to release all of the expectations of other people and kind of figure out what you want to do. And then you've got new beginnings. Exactly. On this Six of Wands, where you're going to get this validation, you're going to get really good exam results, or you're going to get this good promotion, a project's going to have worked out really well, but you've been working very hard at it. You've got new beginnings coming. And this is really positive, that these new beginnings will be something you really enjoy. So I'm really drawn to the imagery on New Beginnings. There's this beautiful sky and these rainbow colours, and it really connects with the star card. So you've got all of these stars in New Beginnings, and it is just saying that once you've got this validation, once you're moving on, you're moving on to new beginnings that are much more positive for you. They're going to take less out of you, and they're much more aligned with your intuition. And then this is the fascinating one, is that the Knight of Pentacles, you've got power. So this could be a gift of a promotion. It could be a gift of you understanding how powerful you are. And it's it's a bit scary because it's a lightning strike. So this is going to really shock you. So whatever happens at the end of August, whatever this gift is that helps you towards your true purpose and your path and your career, it is going to feel like you've been struck by lightning. And that's a bit uncomfortable. And there is a sort of turbulent, thundery, stormy energy to the power card. So it's going to be a little bit of a difficult realization. And I think not because you don't like it, but because it is sort of not what you're supposed to do. It's exactly what I've been saying before about the shoulds. There's lots of shoulds in your life. There's lots of I should do X, Y, Z. And this, at the end of August, you're going to have something which really kind of removes those shoulds and kind of electrifies you to go, no, I am done. I'm reclaiming my power. I want to do this. And it's really positive. So keep an eye out for that, but just be a bit wary that could be a little bit of a difficult gift. It is for your highest good, and it is for what you want to do, but it might be a little bit stormy. It might a stormy journey to get there. Again, there's September, October. So things are going to resolve in September, October, I think, for you. So maybe pay attention to my September and October readings as well, and subscribe so you get notified for those. I finally have 3 crystal cards, so let's see what those say as well. Yeah, this is not a subtle reading, I tell you. You've got make a decision on the 7 of Cups and the Star and release. Yeah, you're having a real kick up the bum, and I feel like you might have to make this decision in early August. The other group, the previous group, the general group, got this card as well, so I wonder if you need to look at their reading as well. That might give you some more clarity. But you also have Ignite Your Passion on New Beginnings. Yes, you're not the thing you've been working really hard at, and the thing you're getting this external validation from, or haven't had it yet but are going to have it, may not be your passion, and this New Beginnings is tied to your passion. And the Celestite on power and Knight of Pentacles and moving on is soothe your soul. Yeah, I think this has been quite a draining time for you spiritually. Whatever you're doing in your career and your life path and to do with money, that like this, it's quite draining, and you've been putting so much effort into something which really doesn't fulfill you. So there's a really interesting balance here of the kind of really direct kind of Wands energy of Lapis Lazuli, make a decision, and Garnet, ignite your passion. But they're also saying, remember bit of self-care. Remember to kind of, when you're going through this sort of lightning rod strike and reclaiming your power, remember to take care of yourself, and remember why you're doing it. Like you're stepping away from something maybe, or you're just igniting something that people don't expect, but you need to take care of yourself when you are going through this. When you are reclaiming your power. Wow, I really hope this resonated. This has been a fascinating reading. Please comment or email me. I'd love to hear if it has, or if this really, really sort of fits at the end of August. I'd really appreciate it as well if you subscribe. If you do subscribe, you'll get updated when I have a new reading. And as I say, I do a monthly reading like this that'll have a general and a career element. So feel free to subscribe and get updated when I have those. I also have some career readings coming up, and those are specifically about money and blockages. So subscribe and you'll be updated when those are available. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you have a really wonderful day. Goodbye.